Hello, my name is Jacob Bonias, and I did my report on Philip Morris International. Copyright disclaimer, also the copyright fair use statement. So Philip Morris International. Philip Morris International is an international corporation, also known as PMI. PMI is an American multinational tobacco company with products sold over 180 countries. The most recognized and the best-selling product being the company is Marlboro's. Marlboro's is an American brand of cigarettes currently owned and manufactured by Philip Morris USA. Here's some internal documents. We have the Guidebook for Success. This is like their code of conduct. Was recently revised due to the situation that I'll be discussing shortly. We also have their Articles of Incorporation, and then on the left-hand side, we will have their bylaws. So here's some background of the company. Philip Morris was founded in 1847 on London Bond Street. Marlboro's became the company's most famous product and brand in 1908. In 1957, Marlboro cigarettes manufactured outside the United States would follow Fabriques de Tabac Réunis in Switzerland agreement. Marlboro's became the world's best-selling cigarette by 1972 due to its rise in popularity in the film industry, and it was just it was a symbolization of wealth. And then Philip Morris was incorporated as an operating company in 1987. So the issue that was presented was by the Human Rights Watch. They released a report showing that child labor was being used on Philip Morris International farms in Kazakhstan. Forced labor was being found to be widespread on farms that supply a cigarette factory owned by Philip Morris International in Kazakhstan. So not only were they having child labor on their farms and plantations, they were also found to have forced labor due to these farms being typically situated in poorer communities, um, usually in South Africa, not not with the best, not having technology and things like that. So children are being taken advantage of. Not only children, but also people were found to be forced to work on these plantations unwillingly. Labor provision authorized by the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938, also known as FLSA, as the child labor laws were enacted to ensure that when young people work, the work is safe and does not jeopardize their health, well being, or educational opportunities. Um, these are really important. Children are the future of our society, of our country, and not only for our country, but for other countries. So we must protect them at all costs. The ethics, according to the Code of Conduct, they stated, "We do not condone child or forced labor and do not employ children or forced labor in our company." Now, the positive business trajectory for PMI. Who will be affected? Children in these areas where there are tobacco farms or tobacco plantations are greatly affected. What cultural issues will the action impact? Protects children from exposures to harmful chemicals and illnesses that are associated with tobacco, such as pesticides. It also allows children the opportunity to enroll in school and get an education. It lays the framework for guidance for the tobacco industry for other tobacco manufacturers. Breach of implied duty of integrity. Companies have a duty to not mislead consumers. Also, corporations have the duty to not use children for profit or gain. So, Philip Morris, since then, has used this information from the Human Rights Watch to establish an updated code of conduct. They created something called the Agricultural Labor Practice, and was also created to eliminate child labor within their corporation to achieve safe and fair working conditions on the farms where they source their tobaccos from. So, although Philip Morris isn't directly watching over the farms 24/7, they're making an effort to really cut down and really investigate these issues that were brought to light. Um, were there any criminal fines or anyone convicted of a crime? Unfortunately, there's no documentation that shows compensation was made to any individuals, but PMI does say they are now firmly against working to abolish child labor. Thank you for listening to my presentation.